Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is the Search Buzz video recap. I'm recording this on October 8th, Wednesday afternoon. Really, this is going to be published when I'm not around. I'm completely offline on Friday, October 10th. So again, this is recorded earlier and I'm posting this. I'm going to be offline for a Jewish holiday on Thursday and Friday. But I wanted to give the recap because I'll be offline this Thursday and Friday and next Thursday and Friday, so I don't want to go too long without a video. So just giving that up front so you guys know what's going on. So if I do miss like a penguin announcement or a panda announcement or some type of animal, Google animal that's being released, it's not because I don't care, it's not because I fell asleep. I'm just completely offline, so I cannot write about it. So I apologize. So the first report is there may or may not have been a penguin algorithm push, refresh, penguin 3.1. If it was, I'm pretty sure the forums are lining up about it, and I'm sure you can find more information about it at sites like Search Engine Land, as well on John Mueller's profile or other people's profile. Anyway, this picture behind me it looks like a penguin and a panda. There was major chatter going on over the weekend, last weekend. People thinking maybe penguin, maybe panda is still rolling out. Google told us later on in the evening saying that it was panda. Panda 4.1 is still rolling out as of, I guess, the weekend, maybe through Monday. People are asking me, did I recover yet? I might have. I'll give you the results next week. I'm still looking at the results, but it seems like at least over Monday and Tuesday, and potentially so far on Wednesday, things have been coming back to normal. So we'll see, and I'll let you know definitively next week. It's sad. Again, Penguin may have launched by the time I'm actually talking about this, but the Penguin algorithm has been expired. Basically, it's 1 year old. It's over 1 year old. This past Saturday, October 4th, was the 1 year anniversary since the last Penguin refresh. So it's pretty sad to see that Google has not released the Penguin update in the past year or so. But again, I know they're working on it, and it probably may have been released as you're watching this video. PageRank. So Google, John Mueller, there hasn't been a PageRank, a two-bar PageRank update in 10 months or so. The last one they did was on December 6th, and that was completely by accident. John Mueller said outright, Google's John Mueller said outright in a hangout, saying we will probably not be going to be updating it, meaning PageRank, going forward, at least in the two-bar PageRank. So again, Google's actually coming out saying we will probably never, which means they probably won't ever, go ahead and update Google two-bar PageRank, which is a pretty big topic in the SEO community since it's been so talked about over these years. All right, this article is not live yet. I'm clicking on it. It's going to 404. But basically, what I wrote it at Search Engine Land as well this morning. I'll bring it up quickly. I should have linked to it there. Oh, I spelled Search Engine Land. Anyway, basically, it's saying that Google's warning webmasters that they're going to be looking deeply at how mobile websites are built. Not just that are they actually technically mobile friendly, but are they a good user experience for users? Is this website a good user experience? Is the button large enough for people to click on with their thumb? Is the scrolling interface nice? Is it all squeezed in where you can barely read it? And Google's going to be looking at that and maybe potentially releasing a ranking signal in the future that either demotes bad sites or maybe promotes good sites. I don't know exactly, but Google definitely is warning webmasters that this is coming down the pipe. Also, sorry, I'm having a little technical difficulty here. Google is actively working on HTTPS changes, signals. They obviously have the new ranking benefit in terms of going HTTPS, and Google's looking at working on different things. Specifically, he said that they're looking. Gary from Google said they're working on broken certificates. So if your site has a broken indicator on it, Google might look at that and say, hey, you don't deserve the ranking boost. They also talked about, but they're not currently working on, things like, is your checkout process all over HTTPS? Does your login portal, in terms of the login area, actually go over HTTPS or not? And what's the cipher strength of your certificate? So they're looking at these different types of things, but they're actually specifically working on if your certificate is broken or not, and that might be a demotion factor in terms of not getting the benefit. Talking about HTTPS, Google's Gary as well, Gary from Google also, which you can't see here, but I'll write about it, you'll probably see it on Thursday or Friday or whatever, basically saying that he basically said, although like about 10% of the web URLs in the web are HTTPS, 30% of the first page rankings contain an HTTPS result or more. So 10 of the 10 blue lists links on the first page, there's at least one or more HTTPS URL in there, whereas the total web is only 10% HTTPS. This is kind of funny. So a reader told me this, hey, I basically wrote about how Google Poland is warning SEOs specifically about harming, there's a lot of SEO agencies out there harming their clients because they are not going by the webmaster guidelines. And I told you about this last week, they actually wrote a blog post about it detailing the specific issues. What's funny is that on the blog post, which they wrote it, if you look over here, there's a hyperlink here, was a hyperlink here, to a personal blog post, a personal blog of a Googler. And it's using very, very keyword-rich anchor text. That anchor text actually read in, I guess, English. It read marketing on the internet and linked to the guy's blog, which was at ittechnology.us. I blogged about it. I wrote about it after covering what people were complaining about. Google removed the link from the blog. So I think it's pretty funny that on a blog post talking about webmaster guidelines, Google had their own issues. Okay, so I forgot what I clicked on. Okay, Google more. Okay, so basically, remember that warning that you saw when the internet's really slow, so I apologize. There's a warning Google offers on mobile phones that if you click on the results, you click on the search results, you'll see if a site's using Flash, Google's going to warn you saying, this uses Flash, may not work on your device. Do you want to go there anyway or learn more? So Google's actually rolling that out more widely now. It launched in July for US English link at google.com, and now it's actually rolling out globally to all different websites. Also, here's some SEO tidbits. Did you know that Google specifically only processes the disavow file by machines? Humans really don't look at it. There's very rarely would a human Googler actually look at your disavow file link. That's one tidbit of information. Google sorts 404 errors, not found errors in Webmaster Tools by priority or importance order. So you bring up that list, Google will actually go ahead and sort it for you on what they think is the most important. They don't tell you what the priority is. The Google News box has changed forever. So now, here's an example. So let me see the way it used to look. So this is the way it used to look. It used to have like news for NBC in the search results. Now if you go to it, you'll see in the news box. The cool thing is, or the interesting thing is, that Google's not just including Google News sources. You don't have to be a Google News source to actually be included here. You could be a blog like SEO by the Sea, they're not including in Google News. You could be a place like Reddit, which has user-generated content. You could write pretty foul language stuff is there as well. You could also be normal, Google News sources like I showed you there. You could be from Twitter. You could be from YouTube, including YouTube in the news. So Google's actually including non-news sources in the news box, which is a big change for both news publishers and regular publishers out there. And finally, Sempo released a code of ethics, or they're actually trying to release a code of ethics around search marketing best practices and code of ethics, and to go ahead and try to enforce those code of ethics. So they're coming out with a delegation to nominate different people to go ahead and come up with this code of ethics. So they released a press release about that. Obviously the big questions are who's going to be part of that thing, who are you going to vote on, who's going to be part of the making the code of ethics, what those code of ethics will be, how will they ever be able to enforce those code of ethics, and do we actually need a code of ethics in our community? Anyway, that pretty much recaps the Search Buzz Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. Today, the day you're watching it, is October 10th. The date I'm recording it is October 8th, Wednesday. There may or may not have been a Penguin release. I don't know. But if there is, I will promise you, I will definitely report about it first thing on Monday. Anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz Recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz. And everyone have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys next. Bye.